Welcome to another English Solutions for Business and Life video. Today, we will be looking at Unit 10 from the Global Pre-Intermediate book, and we will be focusing on grammar section. First, we will look at defining relative clauses. You might know them as who, that, which, and where. We will see when we use these clauses. We will also look at the definite article the, when it's used, and how we can use it in different ways. Also, we will have a review of the verbs, the verb forms. And finally, we will look at both and neither, these two words, and when we use them. So let's begin. First, let's look at defining relative clauses. Defining relative clauses are used to give more information about a person or a thing. They can be talking about things, people, or places. For example, which is used for things, and who is used for people. That is used for things and people, but where is used for places. Let's look at some examples. He's the man who I met yesterday. You could also say he's the man that I met yesterday. This is the car which I talked to you about. You could also say this is the car that I talked to you about. I know a good Italian restaurant where we often go for lunch. Notice that who and that are used for the man, which is a person. Which and that are used for the car, which is a thing. And where is used for the restaurant, the Italian restaurant, which is a place. You cannot use that for places, because that would be wrong. Now let's go to the next part. Definite article the. We use the to when a person or thing has been referred to before, such as the sentence, I bought a new bed, so I slept on the bed the whole day. The bed. Which bed? Well, the one that I bought, the new bed. We also use the when there is only one thing or it's clear which one we're talking about. What does this mean? Well, for example, my parents met the Queen once. The Queen. Which Queen are we talking about? Well, we're probably talking about the Queen of England. The Queen, because there is only one. We also use the for superlative phrases. For example, the biggest. When it's part of a name, such as a river, or a building, or a ship, such as the Nile. We also use it for nationalities and groups in society, such as the British. Now, let's look at the next part. We're going to review verb forms. In this book, we looked at a couple of different verb forms. For example, present simple. Remember that we use present simple to talk about habits and routines or things that are always true. For example, I work every day. We also looked at present continuous. We use present continuous to talk about things that are happening right now or about now, and temporary situations. For example, I'm working today. We also looked at the past simple. We use the past simple to talk about things completed in the past. I worked yesterday. Also, past continuous, which we use to describe an activity or situation in progress in the past, such as I was working. We often use the past continuous for activities that are interrupted by a completed action, in contrast with the past simple, which is a completed action. Now, we also looked at the present perfect. We use the present perfect to talk about an unspecific time in the past. For example, I have worked. We do not say the specific time in the past when we worked. We also talked about the past perfect. We use the past perfect to talk about an event in the past that happened before another event or a specific time in the past, such as I had worked. We also looked at will, which is a prediction of probability. We use will to talk about predictions or beliefs about the future, such as I will work. It's also a verb form because most of the time we talked about actions in the future. Also, going to. We use going to talk about what we have already decided or intend to do in the future, such as I'm going to work. Lastly, let's look at both and neither. We use both to talk about two things. Both is used with a plural noun and a plural verb. For example, both cars are quite old. We use neither to talk about the negative or say something negative about each of two things. In the case of both, we're talking about the two things at the same time. In the case of neither, we're specifically talking about each of those two things. We use the singular noun and a singular verb for this phrase, such as neither car is very reliable. We're being specific about both of the cars. Now, we can use both and neither with a plural noun or pronoun. For example, neither of the cars is economical, so let's sell both of them. I hope it was clearer now, the usage of both and neither. Also, this is it for this video of grammar. I hope you could understand the grammar section of this unit better, and if you have any more questions, make sure you ask your teacher about them. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on a next video. Thank you very much.